Howdy y'all, hope you guys are all doing well, I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you guys are healthy. My name is Josh, and if you are interested in clothing content, feel free to subscribe to me here, follow me on TikTok and Instagram, all of which is going to be in the description below. But today, I'm going to be talking about a certain aspect of an outfit that I think is probably one of the most vital parts for people to understand, and not too many people really bring it up all that often, although I think it is super important. By the way, if you hear clicking in the background, that's just my girlfriend playing Stumble Guys. But yes, the interaction between the bottom of your pants and your shoes just matters a whole ton. So let's get right into it. So it's going to be rather difficult for me to kind of all encompass this topic because there's so many variations in it that it's kind of impossible to show you every single variation, but I'm going to show you exactly the variations that I go for when I'm dressing. And there are a couple of factors that you want to consider with your pants and your shoes. Particularly the first portion I'm going to go over is what to consider for your pants, and that's going to be the fit of your pants. Typically when we're talking about this topic, it's going to be towards the bottom of the pant, so towards the leg opening if it's either on the skinny side or the wide side. And the other one to consider is kind of the length of your pants. And I think there are kind of three different areas to kind of consider: whether the pant is very long, whether the pant is kind of just right for your height, or whether the pant is cropped. People can also wear shorts. The interaction between shorts, shoes, and socks are a completely different story. Maybe I'll go over that in another video, but today is going to be particularly for pants and shoes. In terms of shoes, there are a couple of factors that you want to take into consideration, and the first of which is going to be how narrow or wide your shoe is. Typically will also tell you how chunky your shoe is as well. And then the other factor to take into consideration is going to be the height of the shoe, like how tall is the shaft of the boot, or is it a low top shoe. Definitely going to be easier to kind of see on body, but let me show you guys a couple of things that I'm going to be wearing to displace certain factors. So the first pair of pants that I'm going to show you guys today is going to be this pair of selvage denim. Ironically, this is actually from Target. I bought it for, I think it was $18. It was on clearance, but here's that selvage ID for the denim heads out there. But this is going to be more of a straight to slim fit. I was actually very desperately looking through my closet to see if I had any skinny jeans left, and unfortunately I don't have any pairs of skinny jeans anymore that fit me. Keyword, that fit me. But the leg opening for this one is going to be about 7.5 inches. And so this is going to be our example for either a straight or slim pair of pants. And then the other pair of pants that I'm going to be considering my wide leg pair of pants is this Stotts Ballet canvas pant, one of my favorite pants that I own actually. And these are significantly wider. Let me actually measure real quick. So these Stotts Ballet's black canvas pants are going to go ahead and measure the leg opening at about 10.5 inches. So that's actually a difference of 3 inches. From 7.5 to 10.5 makes a world of difference on how it fits on the body. Yes, there is more that goes into the pant, like how it fits throughout the leg, but for today's video, we're just gonna stick to the bottom hem opening. All right, and for the shoes, the first one that I wanted to show you guys that I'll be using for my narrow shoe and slim shoe example is going to be this right here. This is going to be the Saint Laurent Wyatts. These I got from Lucas Cash, so shout out Lucas Cash. Definitely give him a follow, and he also makes YouTube videos, so definitely subscribe to him as well. Here we are. Yeah, beautiful boot, popularized by Sanjeev himself. Mine are Vibram on the bottom, and then here is the branding right over there. This is no shoe review, but this is the Harnessed Wyatt. Great shoe, typically known as a very slim, very narrow pair of shoes. And this boot tends to actually have a pretty tall shaft of the boot. When I talk about the shaft of the boot, or the shoe height really, if the shoe is higher, or a high top, or like kind of like a boot, then the pants lay over the shoe differently. The shaft of the boot tends to kind of give the pant bottom a shape where it funnels over the top of the shoe, whereas if it were a low top shoe, it would just kind of hit the top and then have kind of stacking going on. You'll see what I mean on the on bodies. The next shoe is going to be one that I actually haven't shown on the channel ever before, but I've had these for a couple of years now. This is the Reebok Instapump Furies, and then these are a United Arrows collab, I'm pretty sure. actually Beauty and Youth collab, which is a shop out in Japan. And so this is an all black pair of Reebok Instapump Furies. If you didn't know, and fun fact for you, apparently Reebok Instapump Furies are actually huge in Japan just because of how easy it is to take this shoe on and off, since they take off shoes typically when they enter a household. These shoes are just so useful to them, but that's not what this video is about. This is what I'm going to be using for my kind of like in the middle, not too narrow, not too chunky shoe, and my low top shoe, where, as I was mentioning before, pants will kind of sit on here and bunch up in this area as opposed to funnel down with a longer or higher shaft boot. But the last shoe is going to be, all right, the Rick Owens in collaboration with Converse Turbo Weapons. These are going to be what I use for the kind of chunky and wide shoe. These shoes are absolutely beautiful. This is how I lace them. I've gotten a lot of questions on how to lace them like I did, and honestly it took me so long to try and figure this out, and I cannot for the life of me replicate them. So if you want to just kind of take a picture and try and replicate it, feel free. But the Rick Owens Converse Turbo Weapon is going to be the wide shoe. It's also kind of a mid top, so not quite as high as the Saint Laurent boot, and you guys will see how it interacts with the pants. As of late, my favorite combination as far as interaction of shoe and pant is going to be wide pant, chunky shoe, or a less popular one is going to be the slim shoe with wide pant. You guys will see in a little bit, but oftentimes if a pair of pants is slimmer at the leg opening, it is pretty accommodating for slimmer cut shoes, and in turn wide pants accommodate for wide shoes really well. As for length, I prefer to go a little bit longer. I actually like when my pants puddle a little bit over the shoe. I think it looks great. However, it does hide quite a bit of the shoe itself. I'm not a particular fan of skinnier jeans anymore, just because as I've gotten older, gotten a little bit thicker, and I'm also not really a huge fan of cropped things anymore. My cropped phase was kind of like in my high school to college, where I absolutely loved wearing kind of slightly cropped pants with like Vans or something. But let's get right into the on body. And that is going to be my examples, are as much as possible, of the variation of interaction between pants and shoes. Which are your guys' favorites as far as what you guys wear? Do you like crop things? Do you guys like long things? Do you prefer slim shoes or chunky shoes? All in all, it does not really matter. What works for you is best for you, and you guys know yourselves best. So there is no bad or good about it, but let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below, or DM them to me if you feel so inclined. Again, feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram. I have a Twitter. I don't use it very much at all, but feel free to follow me on there as well if you guys feel like it. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later.